up on TikTok. It land on my desk and me have the artist show up on TikTok. And we not sponsored by nobody. Here. It land on my desk. And from the land on my desk, we have to deal with it. I wake up this morning to a barrage of message. Some good and some bad. But me not care that me back broad. And me tell you say me back broad, me want you believe say me back broad. I wake up to a barrage of message from even my mother. My mother a labor right, you know. Let me tell you this. I am not a labor right, I'm not a PNP. I'm a Jamaican who understands say if the government a go say boy crime a Jamaica problem and them a go kill as much ghetto youths, as much violence producers to bring down the crime rate of Jamaica, then we have to hold the government accountable. Here, because it don't make no sense. You are come talk about an extrajudicial killing to get peace and safety of Jamaica while politicians do what them like and do as them please. Now, I was one on the forefront yesterday asking for the Prime Minister, which is Dr. Andrew Holness, to come out and state who pay for his trip to go. And if you listen to me live, you know, because I asked about 3 questions. And one of the questions I asked was he a guest of the FIFA? Because you see, most Jamaican, you feel like I work for Andrew Holness, you know. Because the person you like. No for you Jamaican, you still have the slave. That's why Bob Marley said emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Me can't emancipate your mind, you know. That's why the Babylon never win nowadays, because unless you're willing to emancipate your mind, me can't emancipate. Because guess what? Me can turn up with a padlock or a cutter and cut off the chains from your foot. Cut off the chains from behind your and from behind your back. But me can't reach your mind. A lot of labor right people them, either them feelings. When I come and I ask the Prime Minister, we need transparency. And we need and him come out and him say, and hopefully when the records come out, him seems to be speaking the truth. Now, that can be that. We can bury that or we can left that where that is. Because him come out and say, him pay for him one trip. And him come out and say he was also a guest at FIFA because Jamaica supposed to host the female FIFA World Cup in a couple of years. And nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that if he's telling the truth. And I now come because the Prime Minister tell lie. Because we got the relevant authorities to make sure say the Prime Minister tell the truth. So for a lot of people we are go up on my video because you see black people. That's why you run left from the country and go look for life in other people's country. Because you don't pay attention to no tax dollars. A lot of you wake up to my mother this morning and tell me, leave the Prime Minister alone. She must somebody pitney and a bag of things. My mother, we love her still. She just love labor right. You know what I mean? And you know live in Jamaica. And that's why somebody on TikTok a class you. Nobody on TikTok can class me. I don't live careless or foreign. I live a damn good life. Me is a youth from me come out, from me left Jamaica. Me never sleep on a man's sofa England. Me never have to call up a friend and say, yo, beg you a night sleep. My life where me live. Me pick the college. Me pick the university. And right now I come out of retirement and cut bread. Because my life so smooth. So nobody on TikTok can class me. Nobody on, and me know for a fact say, me nah get no bun. Me know for a fact say, when me go work for 12 hours, 13 hours, me nah come back, come sleeping and no boy see man. Because we come here so come see a soldier youth. We are serving country. And nobody now ostracize. Because you say for America, you do that to a white man we are serving country and come back in your house in a full military on uniform and come see you cheat on him. Then would I ostracize you. Now when me talk about Jamaica, me don't want nobody can go on like we know to defend Jamaica. Because we can't have the politician them and make the rules and the laws to oppress the less fortunate and the politician them get a free run. So no dirty labor right pan so can't class me. No dirty labor right, no dirty PNP can't class me. Because me and one of the same thing. Me now back shit out of Agmouth. And matter of fact, me I speak from a privileged position because me learn that. Me take time to educate myself. So that's why when me talk now, because me even the opposition leader, I talk about issues because you never know who I watch. And them I watch. Because me live to come here, the opposition leader. I talk about everyday problem. When the PNP are going like, them no have no issues to talk about in a Jamaica. So when me talk about the ticketing disparities and talk about the unfairness and the heavy-handed tactics what police are used to give out tickets, go and go listen to Mark Golding the last time in talk. He must say want them to hold on for how them roll out the ticketing or the points-based system because the police them are do some things when need questions need to be answered. You never know who I watch. The Prime Minister yesterday me come out and me say we need answers. Every tax, and whether you're a labor right or you're a PNP, you think you can comfortable in your country. Your Prime Minister not above the law. Your Prime Minister not above the officer him all. And your tax dollar is not an endless amount of money for your Prime Minister and live a lavish life. So no boy pan yaso can't style me. No girl pan yaso can't style me. And the labor right know them wrong because me have a semi-educated labor right person. She send me the video when the Prime Minister come out and I say, look, me travel for my own dime. You know, if you disrespect your Prime Minister for one answer, you know. Good morning. You know, if you disrespect, me see one girl come here already and disrespect Andrew Holness. And me say it just Andrew Holness is one of the most disrespected world leader. It doesn't have to be that way. But you coming up, hold on upon that and them things that mash up Jamaica. Get comfortable. Get your coffee. Good morning. You know, if you disrespect your Prime Minister, when you say to your Prime Minister, who pay for the trip to go to America, that is not disrespect. That is you paying attention to your tax dollar. So that dirty, none of them can come. You know, mash up Marvin, because Marvin when put him on, Marvin will have him on political agenda. Me tell you, Marvin always want Andrew Holness look bad. Me no want Andrew Holness look bad. Blessed love. Me no want Andrew Holness look bad because whether you like it or not, Jamaica is looking more appealing. Because crime, big up yourself. I appreciate the interaction, but we are going a full flight. Because I wake up to even my mother this morning. I tell me if you left Andrew, but my mother can't talk, you know. Because me tell my mother all the while, Andrew Holness policy now affect you. Because when you want to go a doctor, you have 10 sons, 1 daughter. When you want to go a doctor, I want to wear send you go a doctor. My mother so in her own foolish pride that not even one health card she won't get because it makes she feel less than. And we know so rich people are using health card at Jamaica. So every month, my mother they buy prescription for 17,000. So I tell my mother all the while, say, I don't want you nothing from you, I don't want to talk politics with you. Because you now face a sufferation at Jamaica. Because whether you like it or not, every month, you get at least $20,000 or $25,000 from me. And all of my other brother them, when them think up, she a go Western Union like it a go out of style. So me stand on principle and my conviction. And me I say, mommy, you alright. A regular, even me send her the voice note this morning. Mommy, you alright. Me don't want to talk politics with you because you now face the sufferation. Can't come cuss me. Andrew Holness come out and answer the question because them know the optics don't look good. We see nationwide that operate like equivalent of Fox News. As last time my brother them send me some video and say, look on the PNP, look up because them are run with this whole narrative. And not because of me look like y'all die down. Because what me I say to my people them, when I hear the leaked voice note with the PNP, politicians play politics. Every opposition party with the outside of government, their job is to make sure the leading party look as bad as possible. We now have to agree with what the PNP them are saying. We don't have to agree because the PNP are look ways and means to prove the incompetence of the current administration. You can't make Nationwide and Cliff Hughes and them other journalists trick you because as soon as Andrew Holness appear upon social media, I live in best life. Then all of a sudden, we are going to say, listen to the PNP leak voice note here. I mean, the man we are talking the things them. I mean, not care whether PNP or labor right. For your land upon me desk, me I go hold you accountable. Me now go disrespect the Prime Minister. But the Prime Minister know that. That is why the Prime Minister come out with him cheeky grin. Hold your Prime Minister accountable. You can't love your Prime Minister more than how you love yourself. More than how you love your country. That is not. When me, if me come here so now, I'm in a class Miss Holness, I'm in a class Andrew Holness, that is disrespect. But don't you come think me are the same thing. Me see one girl say, she have to clutch her pearl. She have to clutch your pearl. You know about your pearl, girl. Go take out the only part dirty and sitting for her neck. Clutch your pearl. Because, God forbid, when they hear the PNP a try, yeah man, when they hear the PNP a try find a way. PNP, Jamaica always have a leading party and opposition party. Yes, what we are get to see now is politicians are play politics. Because the PNP are saying in the video, we cannot attack Mr. So-and-so because he has impeccable public service record. But we have to make the people them know, say, listen to me, I'm a deal with the Nara. And if your life now get better, if you can't get no help, as much as him have a impeccable, that is politics at its finest. Without that said, now we see them in the House of Parliament. Because, see, you can't disregard the everyday thing, because enough of no head from the bedded. I don't want to talk about important issues. And that, because the Bible says when Jesus looking at Nineveh, they don't know them left hand from them right hand. So when Andrew Holness looking at Kingston, when he looking at Ochi, when he looking at St. James, them don't know them right hand different from them left hand. Because the Bible says we are all gods. So your leader, they look upon you and say, we all show them some raw meat. We all show them because while Jamaica, they disregard the finding of the Auditor General, while most Jamaica say the Auditor General is out to get Andrew Holness, don't believe the Auditor General. The Grand Rising, the Auditor General report is in Parliament getting discussed. None of you can class me. I tell you all the while, see that me have to recycle paper. Only thing me tell you, if you want me keep up the good work, go over my website, buy a hoodie, buy a t-shirt, so me now have to recycle paper. Because when me not come to speak without the facts, that's like diving in an empty pool. Because a lot of Jamaicans turned down upon the Auditor General the other day. When the Auditor General come out and talk about the disaster money that's not getting to the people. So if the Auditor good morning, if the Auditor General report was to be discredited, you think politicians would end waste time at debating? You can't make them play with you. You can't make, everybody want to take out their phone and talk. Everybody have an opinion. But opinion are not facts. And some of them opinion not even wrote the paper we write down pan. You can't make Vegas come make you look like everything a labor right and everything a PNP. Me have one beautiful girl here upon the platform name. I never my name slip me now. Kerry. You can't make them fool you know. Make them fool you know. Participate in your country. And can't shoot their way to rights and justice. Beautiful. Crime is at an all-time low. Well done to the police officer. Crime is at an all-time low. And somebody give the police a roast to me. Give the police a... Because I don't want to come here come make it look like we believe say we want black people can live and walk free without extortion, rape and murder, and you get deprived of your hard working things, because Jamaica was at a point where success equally life. The more successful you are the more likely would you being killed. We don't want the Jamaica there. But you want to go on 6 or 1, half dozen of the other. If you're going to want less crime, we want less corruption. Somebody give me a round of applause. Give me a round of applause. If you know me not telling a lie. Now no can class me as a cause someone no intellect limited to suck your mother and this and that. Some of them say Andrew Holness, this and Andrew Holness. So you know say who attack truth and who speak from an intellectually informed position. Because the Prime Minister say him pay for him chip out and pocket. But him know say that probably not the full truth. But then him say him go as a guest. As somebody, we can't tell lie. So the very institution we know a tear down. Because the last time before them come out to this whole TCN, we see where's part the Auditor General come out and say, look, only 1.8% of 1.4 billion in a February. A matter of fact, let's get it cut it amount to 26 million Jamaican dollar. You see how you go? It amounts to only 26 million Jamaican dollar that was spent from the 1.4 billion. And that is what's getting discussed in the House of Parliament. But here what the Labour writers say now, too much help and aid was coming in. At that point, the people them need food and water. The PM wants question the PP. Of course, some people that say PJ Patterson did go to France. You think me stupid? If the reggae boys did a play in the final, give every Jamaican a ticket. Give every Jamaican a ticket. You can't equate PJ going to watch the reggae boys to Andrew Holness travel to watch Argentina and Spain. At them level of idiocy we are dealing with, you know. At them level of buffoonery. At the level of buffoonery we are dealing with. When you see the level of buffoonery we are dealing with, some people are going to say, so PJ didn't go to France, go watch. Yes! In that moment, every Jamaican who can afford to go watch the reggae boys should have been afforded the luxury to go watch the reggae boys. But now you come think say, me go and waste my breath upon you when you want to equate the reggae boys to Spain and Argentina. When you say the PM get new vlogger to spread lies, still losing. Look, we not there for campaign, we not there for pull down the Prime Minister. We not there for campaign. Nobody can accuse me of campaign or try pull down. You understand me? We not depend that. At the end of the day, your vote is personal. But we are talking about things from a... If you don't want to like him, if you don't agree with him, that's a beauty. You don't live in North Korea. You don't live in North Korea. I don't want thing me always not agree with Marvin. I try to make the... that's why people went there. Yeah, me as a youth show up and me just speak on the truth and the facts and make that care me way care me. Me not there for influence of vote. Me don't want no PNP claim me. Me don't want no Labour right claim me. Because yeah, the truth of the matter is, Jamaica need a neutral voice right now. And I want to be that neutral voice. The voice that can stand up and say, me have 5 questions for the Prime Minister. And in the 5, one of them, did you attend the FIFA World Cup as a guest of FIFA? This is why the Prime Minister come out and said, yes, he was also a guest at FIFA. And firstly, in pay for him one travels out of him one pocket. Now, if a lie ma tell or true ma tell, we hopefully some days we can see it in a writing. That's the truth. How come disrespect the Prime Minister? Can't go on like the Prime Minister above questioning. The man was in college and using. Anyway, bro, everyone who speak truth is against. And that's how we reach. That's how we reach. Can't go there to Jamaica. And no for no who they love the chance to left Jamaica. And no one go in other people's country. Go question other people's government. Andrew Holness, respectfully, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, respectful. Andrew Holness work for every Jamaican. Andrew Holness work for every Jamaican. Don't come over here and disrespect him and talk like some illiterate people and talk about Ray go this your mother Andrew and go this your wife and me one time one girl I said Andrew Holness, you know, Andrew don't work for himself. Andrew does not, the Prime Minister, he does not work for himself. And if he is found to be working for himself, he must be removed from office. Andrew Holness work for the Jamaican people. But unfortunately, majority of Jamaican does not know that and does not want to accept the fact that the Prime Minister is there at their say so. You can't, we live in a democrat. Jamaica is a beauty of Jamaica. You can't get up and say my teeth. You can't, but if you're in a King Jam own country, you couldn't say that. You can't say all what you want. You can't say 4th term, you get 1 vote. And if you want to use your 1 vote, if you give him a 4th term, give him a 4th term. If you want to turn a blind eye to what him do, that is your God-given right. But don't you come over here. When you see somebody you ask a question, Holness first Prime Minister now asks, me can't say that because some Jamaica, if I even for the crime, if I even for the reduction of crime, because we there already and say when PNP tell you say, figure pray. PNP blame everything. PNP give up on fighting crime. At one point, Jamaica, that was 1,800 murder. I can't come over here and say him at the worst Prime Minister of Jamaica. Because give credit where credit is due. What due to Caesar, give it to Caesar. So, it don't make no sense you as a sane Jamaican who are look upon the statistics, who are look upon a country, we're gone from 1,800 murder under his leadership. It don't make sense you come here so under his leadership, Jamaica, before the hurricane, Jamaica have some of the lowest unemployment. It don't make no sense. We can't talk to people who are rational thinkers. But at the same time, you can't oppose him government. But me no want nobody to paint the PNP as unpatriotic. Because the PNP is an opposition party. And the PNP want to get back as the ruling party. But I make Cliff use and nationwide come trick you and manipulate you. When them hear the PNP, I say, all right, we can't attack them from this. We don't want them get this too right. But if we can find a loophole, if we can do this and do that, then chances are we can stop them. Like, I don't know who leaked that voice note, but for me, it's very convenient because as soon as we see the Prime Minister in the World Cup, we get that. As soon as the Auditor General put out them finding, I can elicit enrichment by the Prime Minister. And this is why the Integrity Commission is under attack and the Auditor General is under attack. But the equally as bad, the same Jamaican people them where cry when police are pressure them. Because every day, me tell you now one of my previous life, every day politicians, aka MP, because you call them politicians, but once they get elected, they become your member of parliament. And they go into the House of Parliament to pass the laws to make sure you are held accountable. Now, within Jamaica structural framework, we have the relevant oversight to hold the politician accountable. And over the past 2-3 years, they are systematically under attack. This is why we are saying, you can't only want to build Jamaica through extrajudicial killing. We want equal rights and justice. We're going to bring down crime, but we want the politicians them to be held accountable. The one them will help themselves to poor people hard-earned money. So, you can't cuss me. My mother said me no live in Jamaica. She a labor right Andrew somebody pitney. And claims that somebody over here they class me. Commercial break. Me and you know the same thing. Me and you know the same thing. If you have a meaningful discussion, message me and make we set you up. But nobody feel like I'm not live careless. Hungry now kill me. I am blessed and highly favored. Very successful in my own right. And this morning me get one invite from Facebook. 200 US me make from Facebook. When me decide to start share my voice and speak up for the less fortunate. And if you go over www.topfarmwear.com, that is my clothing brand. Pay for with my hard-earned money. Licensed, registered, and trademark. I'm doing well. Give away to people when and where I can. So, you know, make no sense you go in your feelings because me understand the importance of accountability. And accountability does not mean disrespect. You as a taxpayer in Jamaica can ask the question, who pay for the Prime Minister trip to the World Cup and give the Prime Minister credit because I don't want to go on like him not forget credit, him come out and say it out of his own mouth. If he's lying, that's a different question. I have to believe the Prime Minister unless anyone of the oversight body prove otherwise. The Prime Minister come out and unequivocally stated him pay for his own trip to the World Cup, and not only that, he attended the World Cup as a guest of FIFA because Jamaica is supposed to host the female version at some point. That is a reasonable explanation, and I am not here to say he's lying because I don't have a personal agenda. But for some people who take it personal when taxpaying Jamaican demand answer from public service people, you are the reason why Jamaica is the way it is. Accountability have a major knock-on effect. If every politician in a Jamaica parliament know that if them abuse public funds, them all get held up. Alright, let me tell you this. Yesterday, I have a brother came on and he called me. And in love labor right, you know. Because sometimes some of the people who love labor right, they don't live in a Jamaica, you know. But he live a Cayman, and I remember him telling me one time, when a Cayman premier go to America and use the country credit card, do something. I think him by himself, I mean, we don't think Jamaica should have ever reached this, huh? But I think the premier must buy himself a drink or something off of the country credit card and then put him out of government. This is why poor people's life is a struggle. Because every poor taxpayer, listen to me, I can't take no only request, you know, because when I take requests, some people just sit down and enjoy the life. Because last time I take in requests from brother Cam me gone down so. Because we come on a mission. So I hope you can appreciate that, because we don't like being ignorant. What we are saying, the reason why Jamaica is, every Jamaican keep on paying for the same thing over and over and over. When a politician, alright, see Tufton Campbell got the World Cup. Now I know I said Dr. Tufton Campbell could not travel as a single man. But transparent is important. Good morning, my family. We can't so in our feelings because it don't make no sense. The road won't fix. The government tax you. And the government, when you pay the tax, the government take away the whole of the money. Build one big house, snipe off the money now, and then come back. Then the next government come. That's why black people life so hard, and it have repercussion because black people life now get no easier Jamaica. You have to laugh. You know they say a 600 baby born in Jamaica the other day. Jamaicans now start family. The future just not speak to that. And we can't shoot we way out of it. We have to go be fair. We have to spend the taxpaying money. My friends say true. I don't remember, the Bible said the devil come to rob, kill, steal, and destroy. Make them be put on the full armor of God. They can't attack me. They might think they can't attack me. But me put on the full armor of God when me come on TikTok. And no me them attack. When the FIFA investigate, then they fully, we will find out. But for now, make we left him because him say, him pay feet. And him say he attend as a guest of FIFA. So because we not hate the Prime Minister, because we not have no personal vendetta against the Prime Minister, make we make that rest. Because sooner or later, it have to come out. And then you can come to your own conclusion. Them see a 600 black baby born in Jamaica. Them the numbers that's supposed to come from refugee camp. We can't, enough of them say, people are look on Jamaica and say, me not no future. So me not want procreate. I don't think there is a problem. Every Jamaican appear for the same thing over and over and over and over. The same road, the same water, over them attacks you, and every administration come, thief out the money. The next administration, thief out the money. So we jogging on places. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere as a country. So no, it'll bear fruit. Young people in them country and I say, I ain't starting a family. I ain't getting pregnant. It's not worth it. It's not affordable. Because them a fix the same road from Wappy kill Philip. You have to wake up and come out of no feelings. Otherwise, no day is numbered. Wake up, come out of no feelings. Love Andrew Holness, but love him with principle and transparency. Me alright, pressure if me even dead as up, me dead I do what me love. If a man have not discovered something willing to die for, then he's not fit to live. Don't worry about me and pressure. Because when the Rosalie them a talk about under them, you don't worry about Rosalie and pressure, but no for me I know. Because what me I say, I get to no thinking. And no for no self-made prison. I don't want to stay in no self-made prison. So I know me. God bless me and appoint me. Me can't come over here so come do what me I do. Because me send myself. You know see when Satan, remember you know we there already. And see one youth say, him back in fist to him mother. When a man lay pipe to pan him mother, him back him fist. And you know enjoy it and lap it up because you know I see him thing. So now come in my life. And a Satan send me a 4-year plus with up on TikTok. And we never disrespect ourselves, nor degrade, nor demoral we race. Hey, you don't come worry about my pressure. In 1984 me born, I think at 2000 pitney this. They want more than Jesus. They need to repent. They need more than Jesus. Because that's a Jamaican problem. And that's a them problem. Sexual immorality. All manner of evil take over them. So them like you short. So when them come see me, it offend them. Because we come here say come see Jamaican a beg batty on TikTok. And them love it. Them gone astray. Me young, vigor, the Bible say young man I call. Me not even know so me can quote scripture. The man say young man I call upon you because I'm strong. Enough of we don't understand that. That's why enough of you no waste on life. And when you not done, when you half dead, you no go try get pitney. Or you no go try get a wife. You have to give people the best of you. Me I give Jamaica the best of me. Me young, vigor, and full of vitality. Every morning me do 50 push-ups and 60 sit-ups. Big up yourself. I want to them, man. You tell me ramp, you not coming on my life. You not coming on my life. Galang over this, over so. You not coming on my life. And find 1 and 2 good people. Because we can't relinquish Jamaica. Where will they go? America don't want to know. So we have to come. Even in my family, my brother say, yo, me see you try to save black people. You have to left black people. Me say, no. Everybody can't watch the honor black people. Everybody can't watch the honor black people. So make me stand on the battlefield. Make me stand on the battlefield with them. Free with Jamaica. Listen. Wake up. Accept the truth. What me I go do? Well, nobody don't kill them deliver more than black people. Looking at America. Say Donald Trump, you see what make America great again look like? Go on go looking at Donald Trump America. You see no black people represent America. Go on no man. And you have some black people who invigor black people to vote for Donald Trump. But the Bible charge you. If you walk with a company of fool, you're going to get destroyed. But if you walk with the counselor wise, you will get wise. Participate in your own rescue. There must be a reason why you see me this morning. Wake up. Millions of people up on TikTok. Are you there in front of me this morning? And when you're done, you're going to say, no God, no there. You don't know better than God? You don't know better than God? Come make youngster tell you say God now come to save you. No for you don't know what deliverance look like. You don't know what love look like. You don't know what kindness look like. You don't know what compassionate look like. You don't know what a good woman look like. You don't know what a good man look like. But when Jesus come in contact with the blind man, Jesus said, what you want? The blind man said, me want back my sight. And he said, go for it. Give him back his sight. He said, you know what the blind man said? The blind man said, I can see. Jesus say your faith. So the little bit of faith where you have, pull me into it. I know we say hallelujah. Enough are we blind. Blind. Blind like a bat. And me come and I tell you, say, open up your eyes. Open your eyes. You have to come see the politician when you come give you brutality for love. You have to come see the politician with the games. Politics are game. Learn the rules of the game. Learn the rules of the game. Learn the manipulation. Learn the talking points. Learn the narrative where them are push. So, don't come tell me about my pressure. We are appointed and anointed. We have to keep the spotlight. Because one thinks that the torch gone out. Them still a talk about the lack of aid. Where people still not get. Them a talk about the 1.4 billion that was allocated to help poor people. And only 26 million was spent outright. That's the facts. That is what them put out in the news. That's the facts. Because I now come speak without the facts. Because I don't want to dive in an empty pool. Because even when me come yesterday and I ask a question, I never say Andrew Holness use taxpayer money. I said we want to know. A lot of you listen. I never come here and accuse the Prime Minister. Because that would be highly inaccurate and ill-informed. But there's a question that was posed. And the Prime Minister come out and answer the question for the intelligent and intellectual few. But all of the stupid people, them, we want to defend him. I say, oh, the Prime Minister no work. The Prime Minister no somebody pitney. The Prime Minister no fi have fun. That's not the question. The question is, where did my tax money go? What are my tax money getting spent on? How many times there's going to be a shortfall in the budget because our tax money has been misused? And as soon as you go in your car and sit down, a police chop your window and say, because you know if you move nowadays, a police just a make up ticket. I pull ticket out of them. I say police give one little bike you to one rap sheet long so. It look like the police are ticket the man for breed. I don't come for TikTok for monetary gain. I have about 100 agency. And there's no doubt some agency watching me. But I don't got the time. I don't got the time to come over here if I am not sent over here to deliver a message. I don't got the time to come and sit and play games. I truly don't got that type of time. But when something put on my soul, allegory, of course, Jesus, like, of course, you're live in a... Yeah, because Jamaica, I feel like God has moved me to go saving people them. Because we can't sit down, you know. We can't sit down and make immorality take over the island. We can't sit down and make immorality take over the island. Jamaica is a blessed place. Good morning, Kerry. How are you? I see the videos. I saw the video that you sent me. And I watched the video and it clears up few questions. I was not, because a question is different from accusation. I was not accusing the Prime Minister of spending people money, aka tax money. I asked the question and the video that you sent me and the video that the Prime Minister put out clear it up. And I wholeheartedly believe the Prime Minister because I don't have a vendetta against the Prime Minister. I'm not a PNP. I'm not a Labourite. I'm somebody who can articulate themselves and ask a few questions on the behalf of some people who probably don't have the confidence or who don't know how to ask a question. So let me fully categorically state, as the video I put up, I said we would like to know and give the Prime Minister credit. Within 24 hours, he came out and he said, I funded my trip and I also attend the FIFA World Cup as a guest of FIFA because Jamaica is supposed to host the World Cup, the female version, at some point. Every respectful Jamaican can understand right, can accept that. If he's lying, we will find out. But because me not there to disrespect him and call him a liar and call him a thief, Mr. Prime Minister, hands up, well done, if you come out within 24 hours and pour water on the fire. You have to be commended. But that does not make you a bad Jamaican. That does not make you a bad laborite. No, you bro, you have asking the person who said the best Jamaican is... So, no, bro, I was asking the person who said this is the best Jamaica running. You see a lot of people change the way how you look at a thing and the thing you look at will change. Again, I will always implore you, don't ask what Jamaica can do for you. What can you do for Jamaica? Jamaica is open for business. Jamaica need entrepreneur. Jamaica need... A lot of people complain about the banking system in Jamaica. I feel like they need to teach young Jamaicans how to be entrepreneur, how to be more digitally savvy, how to build business and create business. Right? Because everybody has sit down and look on Jamaica about the lie, because if you are a guest of FIFA, they take care. Again, we have to give him the benefit of the doubt. That does not mean that's a level of critical thinking that we cannot deny you that. We understand that if he's a guest of FIFA, then that should be public document or public knowledge. Right? But at the same time, you asking that question that's you being patriotic. Don't let nobody make you feel bad to question the government narrative and policies. Because that is Jamaican problem. Like when you look around Jamaica, 90% of Jamaican workforce going to work for foreign nationals. Every industry of Jamaica, like a big, when you look on the healthcare or the entrepreneur, because you go Ochi, all of the craft market them. We are talking about the Taj Mahal them. We are talking about a lot of the probably more reputable business who make a lot of the money from the tourism industry is owned by Indian or Pakistani people or Chinese like. So we have to wake up and say, is the business incentive more favorable to foreign nationals? But part of black people problem, we get it beat out of us. The art of asking question. Because even some of us as adults, I go work. And sometimes our superior built it. As some of us sometimes I go to work and our superior give us work to do that is beyond our remit. But we don't question it as a black person, as a Jamaican. But when them try that with the foreign national, the white people, they will be like, that's not part of my job. When did that become a part? Because we are afraid of authority. So when some people here, you are asked Andrew Holness or ask the relevant question, I'm like, who does he think he is? Andrew Holness is God. No. He is the prime minister of the country. And you, Richard, was well, God, thank you, did. One heap of conversation of life. But make we sit down and make we listen. Make we try and learn something. Because this is why now, if you are raised kids, encourage your kids to question you. Encourage you respectfully. Encourage your kids, because you see, if you don't encourage your kids to question you and develop the confidence to push back, then you are raised complicit adults to go out there and let people just push every and anything upon them. That does not make you unpatriotic. When you want to find out what's the reason for the hike, or what's the reason for the increasing or the new laws for traffic, that does not make you a bad person. That does not make you, in fact, that is making you very patriotic. And the fact that Andrew Holness had to come out and answer the questions in regards to his travel expense going to the World Cup, that is telling the Prime Minister that Jamaicans are no longer sleeping. But I will encourage you, do it respectfully. Don't be going out there and disrespecting him and disrespecting his wife and no. Be patriotic. Ask the questions so the politician may know that we can't stop you, but we are no longer a fool. We might not be able to stop you, but gone are the days when we are informed. And that's the beauty of social media. Because politicians, it's important them keep you on side. And they know what look good from one to look good. That's why it's a constant battlefield for shaping the narrative. Ain't nothing wrong with the voice note or the PNP leak. It's not like they're planning to assassinate the head of state of Jamaica. They are saying that we need to paint this thing that the Jamaica Labour Party is doing as bad. And equally as important, the Jamaica Labour Party is saving this up to make sure Nara is a success. So come election time, them can say, don't vote for the PNP because them did object against Nara. Don't vote for the PNP because they were object against this housing development. The government blame the PNP for a bad Jamaica. And that's politics. That is, we can't take it personal. I feel like a lot of us are overly emotional, invested in. It is politics. At the end of the day, they must see each other in the House of Parliament. The Jamaica Labour Party job is to blame PNP for everything that's bad. Everything that's not working. And the job of the PNP is to blame the Jamaica Labour Party for everything that's not working and could be better. Your job as a voter of to sit down, listen, and be politically savvy enough to look in your life and said, okay, this is better. Crime is down. I'm working. I work in the hotel under the PNP government. I was a 0-hour contract, so somebody could come down. I didn't have job security. So under Bartlett, because I think Edmund Bartley, that speaks. You understand me? I come, me educate you know. Me teach you know. Because a lot of you just emotional. You know have to look which part of your life better or worse. Because a lot of you vote for worse, you know. Because a lot of you them push the tourism industry as the main earner at Jamaica. So a huge about 40 to 50% of Jamaican benefit off of the tourism industry. But you don't have job security. And you now look and say, who come say me forget job security? Who come say them can give me 1 3 months contract? Because a lot of poor people are working in the tourism industry. Every 3 months in a year start drop out. Every 3 months you know have running belly. Every 3 months you know have to hope you know upset one white man. You have to know what you have vote for. Yeah, you can love Andrew Holness. Him got swagger. Him got charisma. Him got every... But at the end of the day, do you have job security? That's why you have to vote for it. Though. You have to know, at the end of the day, do you have job security? At the end of the day, do you have a savings account? At the end of the day, can you pay your bills? At the end of the day, is the education system fit for purpose? Sitting at the top of that is one man. It's like last time I do a live, one brother a complaint say, Andrew Holness and the police. And I said, no. Andrew Holness answer to the Ministry of Security, answer to Andrew Holness, and this and the police commissioner answer to the Ministry of Security, and the divisional and khaki suit man them answer to the police commissioner who feed it right up to Andrew Holness. Everything of his top of Andrew Holness. Everything. The bad road, the transport problem, the healthcare problem, because Darrell Vaz have to answer to Andrew Holness, and the relevant people who Darrell Vaz put in charge have to answer to Darrell Vaz for him lead it up to Andrew Holness. So nobody come sit down and say, I know Andrew fault. The dead baby scandal in Jamaica the last time. Andrew Holness fault. Yes, I am happy with downing up them. Of course, but I'm concerned of the police analyzing. Well, we can have two things can be true. Two things can be true. With like Jamaica police, because last time I see the Ministry of Police, the chief police officer said the Jamaica Constabulary Force have a long way to go in regards to honesty and transparency, because we know the Jamaica police them operate at them own will sometimes. Richard by 2 PNP very light. We can ask a PNP like, one a different note, me say 1 10-year-old, me never want to do the live and say condolences. And this is where Jamaica is now. You know, and this is where Jamaica is. A 10-year-old get raped and get her throat slashed. You know, as a father, it is very sad. You know, Jamaica still have a long way to go. Jamaica still have a lot of work to do. And I think I was reading somewhere that guy was they get jungle justice or something like that. Hopefully it's the right person. But we have to get back to a Jamaica where children and women are safe, you know. I just feel like rape and all this new stunts we are going on Jamaica, like it don't make no sense, you know. That's not us. Killing a little 10-year-old walking in our community and raping her. And that's where Jamaica is at the moment. So we have to find a way to bring back Jamaica. That's not us. Raping kids and raping little boys and taking away little boys, and that's not Jamaica. You can't come in on my life concept you stop calling the Prime Minister name. I don't know if you name Miss Holness. But as long as he is the Prime Minister of Jamaica, then as I'm a Jamaica, so I can call his name Dr. Andrew Holness. I don't know his middle name. Because his middle name is supposed to only be reserved to his wife. Because some of you have data on the phone, but you illiterate and want to participate in a literate conversation. Right? So if that's the only thing you can say, then you probably need, Jamaica is better than when the people. Well, you know, sometimes we have to just take away the politics and say Jamaica is better. Now we can also give credit to say Jamaica is better with the current leadership. You know, Jamaica is better with the current and that's where you can see things through a political lens, and that can influence your vote. If you are living in Jamaica and you feel like Jamaica is better, then of course you can't make nobody make you feel bad. Cause that's so one voice which team you to replace the bro God. I am not sitting here to call in for the replacement of the Prime Minister. And this is why when I come in on my live, I don't want to do me like how I do Marvin and box him in as the voice of the gunman like how I do him, or pin him down as a PNP. I don't come here as a PNP. I don't come here as a labor right. I don't come here as an illiterate person who want to disrespect the Prime Minister. I'm not going to sit here and say the Prime Minister is supposed to be replaced. That's not what I'm talking about. We try to speak neutrally on the issues facing the island. So when we ask the question, who pay for the Prime Minister trip to go abroad to watch the World Cup? That's not me saying he's corrupt. That's not me saying he's not fit to lead Jamaica. This is why we are telling us it's a providence to speak, but knowledge to listen. And a lot of us, that's why they went kill Bob Marley or shoot. That's why they went shoot Bob Marley. Because at every time, somebody have to pick a side. I am not going to sit here and try to influence people and tell us, say, PNP are the way forward or Labour right are the way forward. We can have a conversation without politicizing it. If Jamaica was the worst today, then at least 10 years, why would we have a government? I did not, at no point I said Jamaica was worse. Can anybody who watch me, and be honest with me, have I said Jamaica is worse off? Have I come here, come speak as a Labour writer, as a PNP? Have I said Jamaica is worse off? In fact, I've said that Jamaica crime rate is down, and I've categorically stated the police must be applauded because Jamaica could not continue on the trajectory it was. We can't, because that's what I said, no. So about what we see, how we really come. We just come for just get out what the pan with chest from a more neutral standpoint. You understand me? So I don't take it offense, because when I read and I try to get my brain fit, then we find the wire cross, and give thanks to the people who are participating. You can have a discussion amongst yourself respectfully. But me don't want nobody come and left and say that they are PNP or that. No, I'm a Jamaican. I'm a Jamaican who understand the importance and understand Jamaica is at a crossroad where people have to become nowadays. You have to be politically switched on. If the MP travel, why should it be a problem? It's not a problem. It is not a problem. And I did not say it's a problem. But what we said, transparency. We would all like to go to the World Cup on the taxpayer dime. I am not confusing the viewers. I merely take a little detour to pay my condolences to a young 10-year-old girl that lost her life to rapers and who take her life. That's the only thing. But if you follow, there's a common thread. A lot of people is just making accusation in the life. So, and if you are confused, then that's probably saying something about your inability to focus. But we are talking about accountability. And we are just answering a few questions because some people would want to pin me down as a Labour right or as a PNP. Some people are trying to ask me if Jamaica would be better off without Andrew Holness. I am not going to sit here and say that. I'm not going to sit here and act as if crime is not drastically reduced. But at the same time, Jamaica is more than crime. So we can't bring down the crime while politicians become more corrupt. Those are the conversations we are having. And we're merely trying to show Jamaican people that the last time the Auditor General came out and said that they only spent 1.8% of the disaster out of 1.4 billion, which was equate to 26 million Jamaican. A lot of labor right come out and discredit the findings, but the findings is credible because currently MPs are in the House of Parliament debating it, and they are trying to explain to the opposition party that the reason why so little money was spent, it no matter where we live, the reason why so little money was spent is because a lot of aid was coming into Jamaica, and they want to get the relevant things to people like food, water, and blanket before they actually start to spend that money to make. And that's a reasonable explanation. So it's not a case of I'm saying a lot of nothing. If you are listening, because of providence to speak and knowledge to listen. Yes, I understand a lot of people are fire questions and still expect me to you understand me? So if a lot of people want to just talk at me and throw question and ask silly question, so then probably can grab it and run with it and say, me not come here with my own ulterior motive. You never go and hear me try to make Andrew Holness look bad or make Mark Golden look bad. Because I don't have no political aspirations. It don't make no sense you ask me where me live. I'm a citizen of Jamaica. I have investment in a Jamaica. Travel back to Jamaica as frequently as I can. So it don't make no sense someone will go ask me where me live. As long as me have my Jamaican passport, because anywhere me there in the world, if anything happen to me, me can't call the British consulate. Me can't call the American consulate. Me have to call the Jamaican consulate. Which, to be honest, is really understaffed the last time I phoned them about my passport. So nobody can come discredit me. I mean, I come over here to disrespect the Prime Minister. Because whether you like it or not, the Prime Minister appreciate accountability. The Prime Minister appreciate those illiterate people. Because if Andrew Holness never appreciate accountability, he would not come out within 24 hours and said, look, I pay for my own trip and I attend the World Cup as a guest of FIFA. So I never found illiterate and over-emotional and I take things personal. Andrew Holness must be commended. That is telling you as a Jamaican, he does not want to trample on your right to know. Whether he's speaking the truth, that is up for the relevant authorities to prove it. Then not distract me, man. Me up on a frequency, them can't distract me. They not distract me, believe me. But sometimes I appreciate the 1 and 2 question. So nobody left me live and go say, no. What I take from the Prime Minister, whether I tell true or lie, he appreciate accountability. Whether he mean it or not, but him stand in front of the Jamaican people and say, let me clear this up. And because you can't bring that shit to North Korea. Where King Jong-un, you can't bring that to a lot of places in the world. So give him credit where credit is due. And you can clip him and tell him, say he must be commended. Now, if 6 months down the line, when the information becomes public domain, it proves that he's lying, then you can come to your own conclusion. But me now got disrespect him and say him a tell lie. That's why I come like, you ever have somebody accuse you of cheating, and you say, no, so me not cheat, and them say, a lie you tell. No, because you already come to your own conclusion. Me had no hidden agenda. Me had no preconceived notion. Me just want to know, did the Prime Minister travel at the expense of the taxpayers? And if him say Jamaica supposed to host the World Cup and him travel at the expense of the taxpayers because he was invited, that is actually alright. That is alright. Because if Jamaica supposed to host the World Cup and him get invited because good to see what goes into planning and delivering. And if a lie are true, equally as important, him can say that's a business trip. Me not have no personal vendetta against the Prime Minister. Me not gonna come here come tell you say crime wasn't a problem at Jamaica. But Jamaica is more than crime. Crime drastically reduced. That means your likelihood I get killed as reduced. Well, brother, and we can't say that, but let's give benefit of the doubt until it's proved. If we have people who look upon government expense, so we have the Integrity Commission and we have the Auditor General. So we have people who can come out 6 months and say, by the way, the Prime Minister travel upon taxpayer money. It costs the taxpayer X and Y, because we have people out there, we have to submit that at the end of every tax year. Also, if Jamaica in the line for a World Cup, this will bring, it's a fee for the female worker. Yeah, it bring investment. Yeah, and if him travel, figure on the behalf of that, he can spin it how he want it. But you have some uneducated people who say the Prime Minister serve at the base of every Jamaican. And you questioning, look on the woman, have a big woman who sit down beside Andrew the other day and even made it find it uncomfortable. Because I know what you have to disrespect Andrew. There was a lady who sit down beside Andrew and pretty much give Andrew a proper dressing down. But it's not what you said, but it's how you say it. She was saying that part of the reason why people migrate, you know, they need proper child care and a lot of. And I feel like the way how she was conveying it, it could come across as disrespect. Because even the Prime Minister looked uncomfortable. I am not here to disrespect the Prime Minister. And I'm not here to argue with illiterate people. I'm not here to argue with uninformed people where things are because them have data upon their phone and them see some clips and them not go do them research, them feel so they can come and have a conversation. Know you work for FIFA. Yeah, I question how many people pay tax in Jamaica. It's not how many people. Every Jamaican who go to, I think them increase the tax threshold. So unless you make a certain amount of money. But every Jamaican, if you go to shop, you pay GCT. If you drive a car, you pay everybody. It's not about, we can't try to sieve out the tax paying from the non-tax paying. At the end of the day, your tax money is important. And how your tax money is spent is important. Your tax money decide whether police get paid properly. Which if the police get paid properly, then there's no need for corruption. If your teacher them get paid properly, then your teacher can deliver a better educational service to your children. So tax is important. So let's not try to sieve out who pay tax and who not pay tax. These are the things when we become tribal. We don't need to become tribal. And yes, if you are PNP and you don't accept, and if you're a journalist, because if you're not a journalist and can't go in search of further education, then you have to accept when the Prime Minister said, because me am a journalist. Me don't know if I get the rest of information. Right? Oh, so that's how the money is collected. She did not no, she not disrespect him, you know. She did not disrespect, but it's not what you said, but it's how you say it. Please do not misconstrue. I said I found it. I found it uncomfortable watching. I did not like the tone, personally. But what she was saying, she was not saying anything wrong. You understand me? So nobody run with it. What the lady they do? Wait. She was making some very credible points. She debunked the Prime Minister narrative. And that's the truth. And yeah, that's I found disrespectful how it was presented. Yeah, and this is why I don't come over here to take away your right to agree or disagree. Me personally, I found it come across as, yeah, but that's black woman at them best. You know, sometimes them just, I don't even think she realized she was doing it. You know, and we can't take it personal. You know, I feel like the Prime Minister must be respected. And you must always be mindful that you're speaking to the Prime Minister. I don't want to come over here. Sometimes it might cost too bad, you know, but I can't entertain anybody who don't know that the Prime Minister serve at the base of every Jamaican. He's our Prime Minister. He's our Prime Minister, and questions, and I will say it again. He must be applauded for coming out and saying, look, Jamaican, I pay for my own trip. He worked for us. He came out, and whether you're PNP or you're Labour, right? Whether you believe or you don't believe, give the innocent until proven guilty. He must be respected and he must be believed. Because if you don't believe him, then at this point, if you don't believe him at this point, you have your own agenda. Now, if the Integrity Commission who look on the Prime Minister conduct in office, if the Auditor General look on the taxpayer money and say, by the way, the Prime Minister spent 10 or 15 million to go to the World Cup, then at that point, we have to say, Mr. Prime Minister, you're a liar. But I'm not going to call him a liar when he stand in front of the people and said, I pay for my own trip and I attend the World Cup as a guest of FIFA because Jamaica is supposed to host the Women's World Cup in a few years and there's a lot of moving parts, etc., etc. I don't hate the Prime Minister and I will always commend the Prime Minister for the work he's doing when it comes to crime. But at the same time, we can't want crime to come down while corruption is going up. All right? No, man. And that's your own God-given right. If you don't want to respect them, but we have to give respect to get respect. Don't believe she did not do that in any wrong. She was just, I mean, I tell, maybe you not see nothing wrong with it. This is why we can't come on social media. And maybe you did not see anything, but some people somewhere would probably perceive it different. I don't think she wanted to disrespect the Prime Minister, but maybe that's just that lady. She got some big energy. And the big energy she pushed off was, I will tell you. And that's, I didn't say, he's being lying to Forest Beer. Some Jamaican think the MP, anything, expect the no one want to work. Jamaica need work. Jamaicans need work. You have to learn to create your own economy at Jamaica sometimes. But again, you have people who's in charge of making sure Jamaica economy is creating jobs. So it's income. And if you want work and can't get no work, that might be your thing you listen out for this next election campaign. Because a lot of Jamaicans don't understand you have to listen out what the politicians are come and promise. It's not about you putting them in a job. Because every politician collect a salary. And they are well paid. And they are paid by your tax dollar. No, it was the opportunity for her to, in her heart, so she want to. And yeah, we never get hung up on that. That was just one example. Alright? So, it don't make no sense when you hear people are trying to talk. Because if we don't talk about Jamaica, if we don't fight for Jamaica, we are going to lose Jamaica. And that's the truth. The future for Jamaica is looking rosy for one section, but glim for the next. Like, a lot of young Jamaicans don't see a future. Them not see the people them want to build life with and start life with and create a life with. So these are the kind of conversation. And it's not about telling somebody about your mother or want to kill somebody. No. We can have these conversations and can try to move the country forward. And I'm not here for nobody to paint me as a Labourite or paint me as a PNP. Because I'm truly not a Labourite or not a PNP. I'm the person out there that's saying that where are the houses that been promising? The modular housings. Them said 1,200 of them supposed to be coming and we don't see them yet. So we want to get back to business. Remember, we know say Jamaica get a lot of money. So people supposed to get help. People in Black River. People is waiting. People still under tarpaulin. And that don't make you unpatriotic. In fact, that make you very patriotic. Because it don't make no sense you live good and your fellow Jamaicans are suffer. So when we say 1.8% was spent, that is only 26. That's only 20 seats. Me have notes, That's why I'm saying I forgot on my website. See that me have notes. Me have my notes. Right now, me have to reprint on paper. Because I don't get to go buy no more paper yet. So if you don't want to support the movements, at least buy some ink and buy some paper. You can go www.topfarm where that come. This live was brought to you by Top Farm. You understand me? Please remember Black River is going to. Yeah, but then we have to go in a conspiracy theory. Because Black River was identified to be a smart city and then Black River get knocked down. And Black River now get no help, no aid. So then now we have to start wondering if we are going a conspiracy theory. But I want to read this, because this is coming from the House of Parliament, because unlike Mr. Vegas, I just turn up to mislead people. So it is called the Support Jamaica Funds to build houses for Hurricane Melissa victim. And it was posted by Chevron Campbell, the 22nd of July 2026. And as I read this, I'm getting ready to close out my life. And I hope you find value and something of substance in my life. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPM, will be directing money collected through the Support Jamaica website towards assisting in the constructions of homes affected by Hurricane Melissa. Jamaica collects so much money, like Jamaica should be further. I would like to think Jamaica would be further on in the recovery, because people love Jamaica so much that everybody just want to help Jamaica. And we see where people, and remember, you know, the Auditor General saying that money is going missing. It is not being properly accounted for. The records are not properly kept. And since the Auditor General came out and said that, then the whole of them turned down upon the Auditor General. Some of them have a court case against the Auditor General people. I get a life threatened. So when me come, me have to stay from out of Jamaica and operate. Because me now come here with no announce story, you know. So this is from the what you call them, the website that me get it from. Nationwide, I think, me find them. So we said, so the ODPM, which is the Office of Disaster Preparedness Emergency Management, will be directing money collected through the Support Jamaica website towards assisting in the construction of homes affected by Hurricane Melissa. It said officials from the ODPM and the Office of the Prime Minister, which is OPM, stand for the Office of the Prime Minister, appeared before the Parliamentary Public Accounts Committee on Wednesday. They answer questions surrounding the Auditor General. And that is important. That is important, because a lot of labor right thought that the Auditor General had a personal vendetta against the Prime Minister. And here we are, the Prime Minister office is not discrediting the Auditor General. In fact, it is so credible that they are actually debating it. Follow me now, I wrap up my life. So, my mother had messaged me this morning and said, I live in Jamaica, I left the Prime Minister alone, he must somebody pitney too, and that's why somebody in TikTok class me. And me I don't know the same thing. You notice me no beg, no likes, no share. Beg no money gun. Me have to start beg. Maybe if we start beg. Mackerel I say, like, share, and subscribe. Tap up the screen. Anyway, the Auditor General report, which found that just a little over 2% of the funds collected through the portal has been spent months following Hurricane Melissa. And I need to say, that money that they are talking about has nothing to do with the money that Jamaica government collected, because I have so much notes here. Let me pull up my notes. Because that money does not speak to the 241.7 million Jamaican dollar that Jamaica collected after the hurricane, in terms of Nigel Clark had something in place. So when Jamaica get the hurricane, Jamaica get, so in excess, Jamaica receive a payout for what's called the tropical cyclone payout, which was US 70.8 million. Them have a thing with them called the excess rainfall payout, which was 21.1 million US dollar, which total payout, it comes to about 91.7 million, which was 14.8 billion Jamaican dollar, right? Together, all the money that Jamaican collect after the hurricane, all the money when Jamaica collect after the hurricane, right? So them collect that, and then collect that, and before the country, and that was before other loans, Jamaica collect 241.9 million US dollar. You know hear that? So we have not talk about the 1.4 billion where Jamaica collect through the portal, where Jamaica set up after the hurricane, and regular people like me and you who live outside of Jamaica can go up online and donate. We now so this is 241 million US where they collect. That was for the hurricane tropical cyclone grant, which was 70 million, and then collect another one and then call excessive rainfall. When you listen to me now, you can't come here come class me. I not come here without the facts. Because I not come here so because someone don't want to go wash on the plate and sweep up on the yard. So you come on TikTok and look people time for take up. We not come here for that. We not respect the Prime Minister. We are talking about accountability. We can't come here come tell us you're going to build a new Jamaica pan the killing a ghetto pitney because them violent. While politicians have a free reign. I won't heap of money that. So even that the money there, nobody don't know where that the money they gone. Nobody don't know where that the money, nobody don't know where that they, nobody don't know where them the billions of Jamaican 241.9 million US dollar. And when you convert that in a Jamaican, you talk about astronomical figure. Be truthful, the people of Jamaica should take insurance for them. If you are go down a road, we are gone down power and dirt truck. You have to take out insurance. We are talking about the money where Jamaica get for build back business and build back average Jamaican life. That's what we are talking about. So we now go talk about the big business, them and pay them insurance. We now go talk about what propaganda. It's out there. You're ignorant. What's propaganda? Commercial break. Tell me what propaganda. Because it is out there. It is out there. So I would like for you to please tell me what part of that is propaganda. Come on. Oh. Big up on yourself, man. By the way, this money where the Auditor General talk about was actually so when the hurricane hit, you know, remember the Prime Minister said they will not build one platform where they call portal as quick as possible. So that's the money, and that money should not be spent as cautious. That money should have really used to get out food and things to cut. That money is, so you see if the government was more cautious, or they spend the 241 million, where we are talking about the Nigel Clark, did put one insurance policy in place where Jamaica get all of that. And I've mentioned two other things. Those are like regular insurance, you know, so they them insure the Caribbean island and the happens and Jamaica get the payout. But this money that the government claim that them only spend 26 million from, that is wickedness. That is wicked. That is disingenuous. That is disingenuous. Because regular people want, and this money, the government could actually go in our communities. Because I see a elderly woman on TikTok going up a hill. This money the government could have put a little rapid response team together. The government could have put a rapid response team together and go into communities and find 240 million in Jamaica. That's in US. So these money, these figures are quoted is actually US. The government, my handwriting is so bad. That's why I don't know if I not have the printout. But I would tell you, so the government get money in terms of insurance. Let me run through the figures again. So him get a payout for what's called a tropical cyclone payout, which was 70.8 million. And them get, and this information is from credible source. If they want to make it disappear, US dollar, US. We're not talking about, when we talk about Jamaica now, we probably can calculate it over into Jamaican, which equates to billions of Jamaican. So it's not like the government doesn't have the money. It's not like the government does not have the money. The government, so together that was 150 million plus another 91 million. So the government get, I think the insurance when Nigel Clark leave in place was either 150 million US, and then Jamaica have excess rainfall and the cyclone one. When you put those together, that was 91.9 million. So in total, Jamaica should receive 241.9 million US dollar. That's what's out there. That is what's out there. So they this money that they are debating in the House of Parliament, this money, let me ask you a question. Ask away. If me can't answer, me answer in the meantime. So the money that they are currently debating was the money that was collected through the portal, right? So and they said that amounts to 1.4 billion Jamaican. What's the problem? It's taking time to input plain places. If me I go answer that, I go deep, me I go gone way over this, so they no one go. That not relevant. That not relevant because the government not help. Me can't bother go entertain that they know. You understand me? It's not about what's the problem. The government need to make sure help and aid get to the people as fast as possible. Like if you get 1.4 billion that was collected from regular taxpaying people who just want to help, get the help to people. If you want to be more cautious, so you spend the money that was collected from America in terms of the tropical cyclone or the excess rainfall or the money that Nigel Clark has put in place when Jamaica experienced a natural disaster. You want to be more cautious with that, then by all means. But this 1.4 billion Jamaican dollar, your main problem or your main focus should have been to get the help to people as fast as possible. We saw a 86-year-old or a very elderly woman climbing a hill, can be, and we don't know if she's going, we don't know where she was actually going, because those are the people that need help. It is all well and good for the government to say that you can check the portal, you can go online and you can apply, but some people genuinely don't know how to do that. So the government first protocol is to get help to people, right? A lot of people sometimes not about just asking questions or trying to make people look bad or sound bad, right? As me I tell you, say, me come with me not set out to make the government look bad. Me not set out because me hate Andrew Holness or because me have a hidden agenda as a labor right or as a PNP, right? Nowadays we have information, and if you are speak from an informed point of view, if you not speak because you are speak from an ill-informed point of view, that does not make you a bad person, right? So he said that. So if we go and continue, and that was discussed. That was what was in the House of Parliament yesterday. So we still not talk about the 241.9 million. Right, so he said they answered. So he said the MPs them yesterday, they answered questions surrounding the Auditor General report, which was found that just as little as over 2% of the funds collected through the portal had been spent months following Hurricane Melissa. He said, however, the Office of the Prime Minister and Ambassador Ricky Meade said that the report did not present the full picture. Right, and them say Samalaki or whatever the name, and then tell us more. Michael, something like that. Tell us more. And he said a real-time audit report tabled in February, right, found that the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management had received over 1.4 billion in donation in February 23rd, 2026, but spent only 26 million of that money. All right. That's 1.8% of the total collected by that date. However, addressing the Parliament Public Account Committee on Wednesday, Parliament Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Ambassador Ricky Meade, and I think that was the person that they were trying to paint in a bad picture, I don't know the name, stated that the funds were held back in initial stages of the crisis to utilize physical and public building and donations and building materials. Ambassador Meade say it was decided then that to assist the modular houses program currently being rolled out by PCA chairman Julian Robinson. And he said cheer the agency for their lacking of communication. So basically they must say just come down to communications as the usage of the funds. Ambassador may accept the criticism. However, he insisted that the information was communicated to the public, but maybe not as vigorously as needed for the modular housing solutions of the initial 2,500 ordered by the government are currently on the island waiting for deployment. Okay.
I'm going to go get Mike and all that and think you're going out for coffee.
Yeah, I'll get Jason. I'll wrap up my live. Go on, man.
Okay, so I just want to give you work because coming in.
Yeah, I'll wrap up my live. All right, cool. So, that's That's what's in the media. Alright, my family need me now. Look how long the JHA I look the same. Me have to run left on, alright? Love on, look after on yourself. My family need me. Big up on yourself and check out the website at www.topfarmware.com. Peace be with you and prosperity in the palace. And who want come say them at this, me and me them at this because I notice me I read what's out there in the public domain. Me now come talk because me now have nothing to say nor me I look friend. And if you don't want to support me, go over my website at the strong brand for the strong people. www.topfarmware.com. Blessed love. Blessed.